My name is Terry Travis. I've been with Premier for about 15 years. I do work for Premier Service Company. I'm going to explain to you how to operate the lighting system. These are dimmable controls for the lights in this particular room. You push the button, lights come on. Push it again, the lights go off. The dimming side of it, if you push and hold the button, the lights will dim down. A little slide dimmer on the side. Push it back, the lights will dim back up. Push it again, the lights will go off completely. The lights will come back on if you push it again to the preset that you had it on before. This room has occupancy sensors in it. If you leave the room for about 10-15 minutes, the lights will go off. You come back in, the lights will come on. That's energy efficiency. And that's pretty much it.
So I was asking about the preset for the dimmer. And if I understand correctly, the dimmer stops wherever you leave it, so whichever light is on.
Yes, sir. You turn it off, it'll dim down to off. So you push it back on. You push it back on, it'll go back to your preset, to where you left it at.
So if I go here,
the lights will come full back on.
And then I turn it off.
You push the bottom over to turn off.
And then I hit it again, it's going to go back to the top?
You hit it back again, it'll go all the way back up.
Gotcha. And
you press it again to dim your lights.
Bring it back down, and that becomes your preset.
That becomes your preset.
Excellent.
And that's it. This is one of the second floor panel rooms. This controls all the power for this floor. You have your lighting panel, 277 volt 480, and all your receptacles, 12208. If you need to be in this box, you need to call the maintenance man or call one of us licensed professionals. We'll come out here and fix your problem. It's advisable that if you don't know what you're doing, don't get in this panel. It will kill you. When you're done, lock the door, take the key. If you have to turn one of the breakers off, make sure you lock it out and tag it out so nobody comes in there and turns it on behind you. And that's the standards.
Will we be given lockouts and tagouts that we can put in here and have available?
No.
No? Where do we get those?
You can get those at any supply house.
Store. So we'll need to get some of those.
Yes, sir. At least one for each one of your maintenance men, or anybody who you're going to let work in these panels will more than likely need to have one. Okay. They'll come with one key, and that person needs to keep the key on there, or keep the key on their person rather. If something happens to that person, then they either need to swap a lockout with you, or need to, well, that's pretty much it. You are not allowed to take you're not allowed to take Barry's lock off.
Correct.
If you do, there's like 30 pages of paperwork you have to fill out for OSHA. Right. So if something happens to Barry, you need to make sure that Barry takes his lock off before you let him go. Sorry.
Forward.
There's the key to your panels. This fits every panel in the building. There's two of them. This is the multi-purpose room on the second floor. This is the lighting controls for it. There's 4 separate switches. There are 4 separate lights, sections of lights, and each section is dimmable to itself. Same as in the conference room. Push the button. They'll dim down and go off individually. And you push the top of the switch and they'll come back on. These are also on occupancy sensor. You walk out of the room, 10-15 minutes later they'll go off. You walk back in the room, they'll pop back on. If they don't hit a switch, they'll come on. That's it. The lights being dimmable, they are preset. This particular switch right here I have to about a half capacity. Turn it off, the lights will dim off. Push it again, the lights will come back to the preset. One more time, they'll go back 100%. This is your main electrical room on the first floor. This right here controls every panel in the building. You can turn any one of these breakers off to turn off a floor, first floor, second floor, third floor. The elevator, this breaker right here needs to stay on at all times. This does, if you have to work on the elevator, you turn this breaker off and put a lockout on it. There's no more than 5 throws of the hand to turn this whole building off. So therefore there's no main breaker on this. Nobody should ever be in this panel without a licensed electrician being involved. This breaker right here will turn off panel H1C, which is one of your high voltage panels. This panel right here is 480, three-phase. But the sub panels on each one of the floors will be fed out of another one of these panels. So anything, your floors are dedicated to one floor, the panels on that one floor, but each floor can be turned off from right here.